Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday. This is the best day of the week. Today is the day that we can get started. Listen, I'm your girl Saran. I'll be here every Monday at 8:30. Come on into the room. Be sure to let me know in the chat, in the comments if you're here. So, today we're going to talk about $1,000 question. And the reason I call it that is because it will cost you thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. So, today we're going to talk about that. But before we get started, I like to give you a manifestation of the week. And this week's manifestation is hello, hello. I see somebody saying good evening on Facebook. It doesn't tell me your name. But listen, this week's affirmation is I embrace abundance, trusting that prosperity flows to and through me. I am open to opportunities, grateful for wealth in all its forms, and ready to share my abundance with the world. I move forward with confidence and gratitude, knowing I deserve this abundance. I'm gonna put it in the chat for those of you who are like, "Oh, you gave us a meaty abundance quote this week," and yes, I did. Write it down, copy it, screenshot it on your phone. Be sure to say it to yourself each day this week to help you along your journey, because we have to program ourselves for greatness and program ourselves for the things that we say we want in life. So, listen, today I want to know. I have a question. I want you to lean in and I want you to answer this question. Now, if you answer this question in the chat, I don't need you to give me all the dirty details. I don't need any names. I just need to know this. Have you ever been cheated on? Have you ever been cheated on? That's what I need to know. Have you been cheated on before? Or has somebody cheated you out of something that you felt like was yours, or you worked for it, or you earned it, or maybe you felt cheated out of a promotion at a job, or you felt cheated out of getting recognition for your work that you did, or you were actually cheated on in a relationship. Have you ever been cheated on? I get a yes. I got a yes in the chat. And then the real question is, because we all go through something in life, right? We all have our experiences, and that's what we're here for. We're here to learn and grow. But how did it make you feel being cheated on? Did you feel like, why me? Why did this happen to me? You probably felt hurt. You probably felt disillusioned, disappointed, felt like, oh, I can't trust people. I can't trust the people at the job because you didn't get the promotion, or the man or woman you're in a relationship with, whomever, whatever it is, you feel a sense of disdain. And I always hear people say, hurt, and I see you hurt, disappointed, betrayed. I always hear people say, I don't like people. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't like people? I don't like to be around people. And really, the real response is they don't like being around bad people. They don't like being around people who they feel hurt or sad or disappointed, or they feel a sense of pain when they're around them. It's not that they don't like people, they just have bad experiences. And now it's easier just to apply it to everyone than to say, you know what, I just don't like these type of people. So people don't think you're singling them out, right? But at the end of the day, we get to choose who and what we spend our time with. But when we get cheated on, we don't like it. It sucks, right? I mean, if I to use words of my 8-year-old nephew, this sucks, Auntie. It sucks, right? And the thing is, we don't like it. But I always like to ask this, because when I meet with so many clients one on one, but I always wonder this: if you don't like being cheated on, if you don't like being hurt, disappointed, led astray, sad, betrayed, losing, you don't like to lose your trust with folks, you don't like to feel like, you never know how things are going, how things are going to go because this person's inconsistent or this place is inconsistent, whatever it is, then why do we do it to ourselves with our finances? You heard me. We cheat ourselves every day when it comes to our finances. We cheat ourselves every 2 weeks when we get paid, or every month, or every week, or whatever your pay cycle is. Or if you're an entrepreneur and you invoice, every time you get billed and you get paid out, or on a PO, or you get paid for work that you do. Sometimes we cheat ourselves in our finances so much we don't even feel the pain anymore of the hurt, the mistrust, the betrayal. We don't even feel it because we're so used to doing it to ourselves. And you're like, I wouldn't cheat myself. Why would I cheat myself with my finances? Here's how you cheat yourself with your finances. You said in January, it's February, you were going to do better with your finances. Have you done any of these things? Have you scheduled an appointment with a financial professional to help you with your finances? No. Have you taken the time to at least create a budget? Have you? Have you taken the time to even look at your bank statement to see where your money is going and to determine, do you want to spend money on those things? Have you taken a look at the interest that you're paying on your credit cards to know how much money is going out? Have you? No, because these are all things that we cheat ourselves. Are you still paying for the gym membership and you stopped going to the gym 2 weeks ago? These are some small ways that we cheat ourselves. But one of the biggest ways I see that we cheat ourselves is we don't have automatic savings, investment. We don't automate those things so that we're getting we're averaging the cost of the savings or investments over time. We're not doing it. And then we're cheating ourselves because if I get another question about what bank to put their savings account in for this 0.05 interest rate, I'm on the screen, because you're asking financial professionals about a savings account that might yield you $2, $5, $60 at the end of the year, when you haven't taken the time to put your money into your investment strategy that could be earning you 10% over the time that you need it, or 20% or 30% over time. We're not asking the right questions. We're asking questions about $5 problems or $10 problems, but not getting the answer to the ones that's costing us thousands of dollars right now and for the future. And so I say all this to say is that we have to ask ourselves these questions, because at the end of the day, if we don't ask better questions, we'll always get low quality and low grade answers. When we start asking the hard questions, then we'll get better answers. For example, if you said to me, Saran, I don't know if I should buy a house or keep renting. The question really isn't where you live, because you're going to live somewhere indoors. The question is, what's your financial goal? If your goal is to buy a house because you have a family and you want to create those things, it's a place to make memories, right? But if you say to me, I want to build up a lot of money because I want to travel, then if you're looking at the difference between paying a $2,000 mortgage or $1,000 rent, and those numbers are low, right? $3,000 mortgage and $2,000 rent. Well, you know what? Depending on what you want to do with your future, you might be better off renting, because you can take that $1,000 that you're not paying on mortgage and put that towards your investment strategy, or put that towards um, some strategic savings, or park at places that's going to be more profitable for you in the long run for a few more years. It's no rush to get there, because I see it all the time. People will snub their noses at you if you tell them you rent an apartment. But I might be saving money renting this apartment because I'm trying to do something else, right? And the thing is that we have to get out of this cookie cutter thought process when it comes to planning for our finances. And even though I talk to you about maybe cutting some expenses here and there and doing ways, I give you the example, I don't eat out during the week. I don't, because for a couple different reasons, because some of the offices and places that I have to go during the week, it's not in my best interest to be outside, because they're kind of questionable neighborhoods, and because I'm moving around, going from building to building, doing things. I'm trying to streamline my time and not be in a certain place. But the other thing is that I like to put that money into my investments. I'm not trying to save money. I'm trying to make my money have babies, right? I don't. I don't know about anybody else, but I want my money to be pregnant all the time, right? I want it to be have a place where it's growing. And that's really the big thing. But for some people, it's more convenient. It makes a better lifestyle for them. They enjoy eating out. They have a nice group of people you eat lunch with. We are not here as financial professionals to tell you not to enjoy life, because guess what? You got one life and you should enjoy it. But you should also be strategic with your plans on how to make sure you live for now, have the now, but have some plans for the future. Um, One of the things I saw, a couple of my Facebook friends were going back and forth on a post, and why people were some of my friends from New York were talking about how people were hurrying up and they weren't saving for retirement anymore. They were just spending it and doing all that. And I said, well, I don't understand why. Tell me why. And she said, because they know, people tend to know other people, have friends or family who died before retirement, and all the money they saved up for retirement went to a family member. Or as soon as they retire, within a year, they pass away. Now, there's some statistics for that. There are some numbers that surround that. But the thing is that you got to have a balance and do both. It's kind of like, when we were kids, we would go to, they probably don't have this dangerous game at the parks anymore. But I grew, I was born in the 70s, raised in the 80s. The seesaw that you had to balance. And as a kid, us active kids, we get in the middle and try to make it balance going across. It is a delicate balance to do that. But the thing is we can't do so much living now that we have nothing for later, because we'll end up being a bag lady in New York. Or that's my example. That's what I tell myself to make me work hard, because I never want to be in a place where I get to and I can't take care of myself financially. But the thing is that too many of us, and Will Rogers said this is not my quote, too many of us spend money that we haven't even earned yet on credit cards or whatever, buying things to impress people we don't even like. And so we got to get to the point where we're really flexing in the direction of where we're creating the life we want now and preparing for the future. So, because this is the real deal, this is the real flex, and we deserve to live well because we work hard. I don't like to use hard. We work smart, and so we want to be able to celebrate that life with the family and the people that we love. And a big part of our financial freedom plan is having your heart and your mind free from worry of the what ifs. And Susie Orman said that. But the thing is, we don't want to worry about the what ifs. And that's where the planning and preparation comes through. So we do that in my community. I'm actually in the process of solidifying a 3-day challenge where we're going to get on Zoom and we're going to dig deep into money mindset. We're going to dig deep into, and the participants will be able to leave with an actual working budget. And we're going to dig deep into ways that they can create a plan for their future so they have some guidance to move forward with. Because the other key thing is, if you don't learn it now, who will teach your children and your grandchildren? Because somebody has to be that brave person that says, not only am I going to learn it, I'm going to create it, but I'm going to make sure I pass this information down in our families, because it's time out for our kids, our little brown boys and girls, being born with wooden spoons in their mouths. We want to have more of them born with silver spoons, so that they just have to learn how to navigate life and not have to be worried about putting the food that they're going to receive, or paying for education or things like that. We want to make sure that they have those basic things. And I use the word basic because they should be available. A kid should have a safe home, food to eat, a loving family, and be able to go to school and get the education that they need to come out and be productive citizens, come out and create the life they want, to build businesses, to build their families, to become teachers, policemen, doctors, business owners, lawyers, whatever it is they want, and not have to be worried about the day-to-day bills. So that's all I have today. Go to joinsaran.com if you want to know more about the 3-day challenge. It's going to be March the 11th, 12th, and 13th. I probably have the dates wrong, but I'll type it in the chat and I'll put it in the comments. But we are going to get together and we are going to do some real work together, because it's time out. We're going to get in here and master these finances from a real practical standpoint and allow you to be great and plan that big thing that you want, and make sure that you're living the life that you want and living a life free from worry. That's really the big thing. So it's your girl Saran. Peace, love, and light. Let's get your money right.